Guys, welcome back to episode something of known as, what are we on, 5?
This is 5.
We don't know how many of them we're going to put out.
This is the unnumbered episode of Nonna's Basement. We are back,
We got a
guys.
name. That's big.
Yeah, Nonna's Basement is the name. I am Luca Farrow. This is my Nonna's Basement. This is Tyler Fowler. This is Tom Feedback. Feedback, no fucking D, baby.
No D in D.
No D for Tommy Fee. I love it. It's good to be back. We're here in the basement. Got a lot to talk about. Tom was just talking about how many push-ups he could do. Tom?
In the context of doing the grade school physical fitness test, Tom still remembers how many push-ups.
Yeah, 43.
How many
43?
years ago
43
was
was
that?
good. 7th grade.
Oh, man.
How many can you do
That is
now?
pretty good. Yeah, how many
Can I do now? 5, 6.
Actually,
I don't know.
7th grade was your peak health.
Yeah, dude.
All right, I was thinking of this bit we could do. Okay, it's a.
I don't like it already.
Hold on, guys, come on. So I think each podcast we should do a word of the day, and then we could try and see how many times we could fit in the word throughout the course of the podcast.
That's not bad. I like that.
I think that's all right. All right, so you ready? This is the Merriam-Webster
Can I guess the word?
word of the day. Yeah, you can.
I'm going to make an early prediction. Tom is going to try way too hard to use the word of the day. Tom is going to be setting something up and go,
Are you ready?
Can I guess the word?
Go ahead.
Dog?
It's not done. We can also put that one in. We can put that one in for as well. So the word of the day is transmogrify. Transmogrify means to change something significantly, often with humorous or jarring effect. Used in a sentence, if all goes to plan, the school's gym will be transmogrified into a spooky Halloween delight.
I'm not going to use that word because I don't even know how to say it.
yeah.
Transmogrify. Try
Also,
it, guys.
it sounds like a slur.
Try
Yeah.
No, you can't say that
Can you
anymore. Transmogrify. Come on.
Is that where they
Transmogrify.
put dead trans
So-
people in the transmogrify?
So we have we've transformed my Nonna's Basement, transmogrified.
Transmogrified it into the podcast studio.
You know, it's actually stupid because you could just say transformed instead of transmogrified.
But no, because it has a specific
Yeah.
comedic or
Jarring.
spooky, jarring.
transmogrify.
I'll be honest. I think that this idea is a little stupid. I'm on board with it. I'll play.
Hey,
But-
I'm just saying, it's just something. It's a little game within
No,
the game.
I like that. But the word you picked was insane.
I was
Where'd you
It's the word of the day. It's the word Merriam-Webster.
Oh, Merriam-Webster.
I was
That's the word of the day.
transmogrified when I saw my first
Yeah.
trans person.
you were changed in a spooky way.
I like it.
Yeah?
I think it's a good bit.
That's not bad.
Transmogrify.
All right.
Hey,
But you got to, in earnest, be able to bring it up in natural.
well, and we'll give you a prize or something.
I was gonna
if
say,
you
what,
do
you
it.
get slimed or something? What goes on?
So I want to.
Luca pulls a thing and fucking slimes us.
Nonna comes down and gives you a plate of ziti or something.
Okay, I'm in now. Yeah.
All right. So I want to follow up from last week. We were
Yes.
talking about this girl.
DM's corner.
The DM corner. I got a lot of DMs corners. If you don't recall, if you were tuning in, all the fans out there, I messaged this
Do we have
girl.
a name for our fans?
No, Nonna's.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of Nonnas out
the
there.
grandchildren.
The grandchildren.
So to recap, I DM'd this girl.
Yep.
And I read it out loud to you guys, and you guys called me lame for it. I was, hey, you
It wasn't
know,
great.
I think you're gorgeous. Maybe we should hang out. I revoked
It
the
was
DM.
if that you wrote a DM. You were like, "Oh, it's not that bad." It was like if an AI bot wrote a DM. It was exactly.
No, yeah, it was like, hey,
Yeah.
beautiful.
All you were
I would
missing-
love
yeah.
to get a drink with you
Yes.
sometime.
All you were missing was like, also let's talk about crypto. Like,
yeah,
let me
because
turn
I'm a
on my
pussy
crypto.
asshole. I get it.
Yeah.
And,
So you pulled it back.
so I pulled it back. She never saw it.
Great.
Good.
She followed me back,
Okay.
and I sent the new DM that which is
Simple.
yeah, it was
Sweet. Elegant.
hey, I think you're cute. Let's get a drink sometime.
To the point. Love it.
Okay.
She liked it.
Yes, she
Okay.
did.
Didn't respond.
Okay.
So I sent a follow up, and I look at her Instagram profile, and she's big into tanning. She likes to tan, and I go, and she like runs her own little spray tan business. So I said, well, maybe you could come to a comedy show, and then I could get a spray tan, and now we're talking. And then she hit me with her message was a follow up, all in Italian. She spoke in Italian, whole thing.
Whoa.
And then kind of interesting.
Did
So
you-
we went back and
Surprising
forth.
That an Italian, someone who's that Italian, is into spray tan.
Yeah.
Isn't like the
Is that
whole-
shocking to you? Really?
It is, yeah.
I thought you guys' whole thing was like we have this olivey skin. And she's like, "Nah, I'll paint it."
No, yeah, I think it's a thing where it's like I think Italian people want
Northern
to be more
Italian.
tan. You know,
Sure.
like I'm not very tan,
Right.
but
Yeah,
I'm very Italian.
That was the whole Jersey Shore thing.
Right. You're right.
Jim
You're right.
Cam
Yeah.
But so within 5 minutes of me going back and forth with this girl, now we are FaceTiming. So we go and we FaceTime, and
That's an escalation.
she's a lot to handle. I was kind of underwhelmed by the whole thing.
Underwhelmed or overwhelmed?
Overwhelmed, I guess I
But
should
like,
say.
yeah.
She's like, "Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I drive a Range Rover, and I I have a tanning business, and but she was hot,
How old is she?
and her name is not Carissa, it's Carissa,
Gaisa.
Oh, God, that's a huge difference. How old is she?
22.
Because she seems like she has the personality of a 45-year-old.
Well, you know what I get a lot.
Twice divorced.
I'm finding a lot of these girls. They come off as very like like I just said. I'm a Italian. She's like that's how she is. But then she's like, I'm in law school though. I'm working on a degree.
Can you imagine that voice defending you in court?
Your Honor, my client said. Yeah.
Well, have you ever seen My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah.
I object, Your Honor. But I don't. So I don't know. We have plans tentatively to go hang out next week, but
Where at?
I don't know if I'll follow through.
Were you really going to let her spray tan you?
I would never let her spray tan me. No, I would never do that. It was just a line.
Yeah,
Luca
started with a
comes in-
lie. That's a good way to begin.
Luca comes to the next podcast just
Orange.
Yeah, I would like to just. I got a Trump wig too. But I don't know.
Is she have...
I hate that though. I hate when you get into something like mysterious with a woman, like you engage in a new relationship, a new endeavor, and it doesn't turn out to be exactly what you wanted to.
Yeah.
Isn't that how life goes? You go, man, I hate it when things aren't exactly as I wished.
But she spoke Italian.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
respond
she's-
in Italian?
Yes, I did, but I was using Google Translate the
gonna say,
entire
you don't
time.
know,
Carissa,
Wow.
Google Translate.
That's she has a lot of interesting things going on.
and she
at the
called
same
me
time.
a fake Italian
Why?
because I FaceTimed her and I said, "What's going on, Carissa?" And she said, "Oh, you say my name like such a fake Italian." It's like that's how it's spelled.
You mean like
I'm
an
I'm an
American?
American.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm American first, by the way, guys.
Whoa.
America's number one.
Crazy. Okay. How do you jump to FaceTiming? That's a
So she's one of these girls that just like I was like, well, if you want to plan something out, shoot me a text. I sent her my number,
Yeah.
and then she immediately FaceTimed me,
Really?
which
Like-
I thought was an overwhelming move.
yeah,
no
without,
text
without
no
being
text.
like, hey, cool if I FaceTime you. Not even an audio call.
Did-
a FaceTime?
Did she show you anything over FaceTime?
No, but she's one of these people that's walking and moving
Yeah.
about while she's FaceTiming.
Chaotic. Yeah.
I remember I FaceTimed you one time, and as soon as you answered, you said, "Why are you FaceTiming me?"
Yes,
Yes,
I
that's the
hate
proper
being
response.
FaceTimed.
What did you say to her? Because if the same thing, if I gave a girl my number and all of a sudden a FaceTime rings, I go, well, this is a mistake. This is in her pocket. This is not on purpose.
No, I answered. I figured, because I could see. I admired the boldness, but something about FaceTiming with a woman, I feel like I got to always like.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, yeah, that you're.
You know what I'm saying? I got to
like,
adjust myself.
Right.
Yeah.
So you answer like, hey.
I'm like, hey, what's up?
Do you know what's a red flag though? FaceTime audio.
You think that's the red flag?
That's a red flag because
But that's
means
just a phone call.
No, she doesn't have cell phone service. So she's on
She's
Wi-Fi.
on Wi-Fi. Yeah.
So she obviously-
lives in a
yeah.
basement or
Yes,
something. Yeah.
exactly.
I never even thought about
You never
that.
thought about that? That's the first thing I think.
That is.
I was FaceTiming with this girl the other day, and another big pet peeve of mine is when you FaceTime me or call me and you don't tell me that I'm either on speaker or there are other
Someone in
people
the room.
there. Tom,
I
you know
fucking
this?
hate that, dude.
So annoying. But I don't mind, like, if my buddy does this for one thing, but I was FaceTiming a girl and she has people around her.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it was kind of a good bit.
Were they all laughing at what you were saying?
Yeah, and of course I'm going, come on, babe. Like, I'm drunk, trying to get her. I'm like, come on, babe, come over. And
they
who
were
was
like,
in the background was her younger
parents?
brother.
Oh.
Younger brother of about 15 years old, and he had a really good bit. He went and he got a
that's so
pool cue, and he took off a red T-shirt and he waved it in the back like that she's a red flag, that like her entire personality.
That's hilarious.
It's a good
very
bit.
funny.
Kid
Good
could be a
bit.
comic.
Yeah.
Good bit.
Maybe.
That's so funny. You're trying to get her to come over. Her 15-year-old brother's in the background.
Yeah, and she doesn't say one thing.
Oh, you didn't know he was there?
No, I had no idea. I'm going, come on. I wouldn't say that shit if I knew the brother was
What
there.
if they both came over?
Yeah. He goes, oh, me too. You got Fortnite? Let's play.
Yeah, well then like 10 minutes in, she's like, my brother's here, by the way. And he's at that, it's a weird douchey age where you're like, it's like
Yeah.
15 to 18
just,
where
like,
you feel like
around.
you're, and he's like working out a lot. He's like, sup, dog?
I
And
hate
I'm
that.
like, hey, young man. How are you?
Said
Young
young man.
Fine young man.
Honestly, I don't see a
That's what he
difference
was.
between me and a 15-year-old kid.
You
Mentally.
seriously?
I see like teenagers and I go, oh, I'm like I'm one of them.
You say that, but I think when a 15-year-old kid is in front of you, I think you really see the difference.
Dude, I remember not too long ago I saw a fight outside of a school, and I got out because I wanted to watch it, and all the kids. I I wanted to watch these kids fight.
You got out of your car to go watch
so
them.
I pulled over and I got out of my car and all the kids ran. They thought I was like
Yeah,
a
They go, here
authority.
goes a grown up. Here goes a grown up to break it up, and you're going. You guys want to bet on this?
Yeah.
I'll bet you 2 weeks allowance. So kick that kid's ass.
They saw you
That's
come.
so funny. They're literally like, oh, this grown ups here. He's gonna call the police or whatever.
Yeah,
And
that's
you're
what they
going,
thought.
"No,
I'm like,
I got next.
I'm a spectator.
I get winner.
Yeah, you jump in.
Where you guys going?
All right, round one. But
Oh, where you guys running to? Huh? Meet you by the flagpole. That's so funny. Your first thought was, I got to get out and watch. You couldn't even stay in the car and watch?
Well, no, I wanted to walk up. I wanted to see. It was like a circle. I wanted to walk up. I was
was
going
it
to
in
walk
front of a school?
It was like at like a park, like right across the street from school.
That's hilarious.
Dude, how long ago was this?
This was maybe last year.
Oh, my God.
So I was 24.
So one of two things happen. Either they go, oh, no, an adult's here to break it up. Or they're going, oh, there's that creepy guy again. We
They
gotta
probably
get
thought
out
I
of
was
here.
someone's older brother. I was going to come beat the
Right,
shit out of
that's
him.
what you look like, yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh,
does
man,
fit.
you call this
That fits the
brother?
MO.
I really wanted to see these kids fight, though. Dude, there's nothing better than
A couple kids knocking it out.
couple, because you know they're not strong enough to kill each
Couple
other.
rabble rousers.
Who mentioned killing? That
Well,
escalated quick.
my dad.
Tom's going, finish him!
Dude, I was always afraid to fight kids when I was younger because my dad told me if I punched them, I would kill them. So I never,
Probably true.
Yeah.
I never
You were
got
a
into
big
fights.
kid.
Wow. Well, good. It worked.
Yeah, I didn't kill anyone.
I recently fantasized about killing someone the other day. Not in a ironic way.
In a good way. In a good
Yeah,
way.
no, well, so
totally normal way.
I had a female come over, and I had her, and she decided to spend the night, and I think you guys know how I feel about that. That I don't enjoy it, especially because I live with my parents,
Right.
and that they are, and my bed squeaks, so it's loud. So when you have a partner in your bed, I just don't like being next to someone in the bed. But this girl, she grinded her teeth.
Ooh.
Really loud.
I thought you were going to say snore.
No, snoring would also be bad.
Yeah.
But the grinding
Grinding
teeth
teeth
sounds like a demon
It's
is
creepy.
coming out.
Yeah, that's very creepy.
Yeah, and I
Ugh.
can't sleep, and I'm going back and forth. Like you start to kind of sleep, and
And
you
then
go
you hear
from
it, yeah.
you go from cuddling to shaking them. Like that's what I ended up doing. I would just when they started to
wake up.
grind their teeth, I'd shake her a little bit
To wake her up.
just to get her to stop. I don't think she woke up. She would just
Would she stop?
stop, but they would come back. It would come back in a little bit.
She's got demons.
Yeah.
You think that's the sign?
Yeah.
That's a red flag.
Yeah. Was she wearing any
Yeah,
crystals?
well, no, the red flag is that she's in bed with you. That's the
Fair
first sign
enough.
she's got demons.
In my
Like,
Nonna's basement.
In Nonna's
So
basement.
when you have just some random girl sleep over, you cuddle them?
Yeah,
I
that,
don't
that
normally-
threw me for a second, too.
When you sleep in someone, how else do you sleep with someone in a bed?
On the other side.
I literally when I'm sleeping in the bed with Sam, she's on this side and I turn this way.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but you guys, that's what I would prefer.
Yeah.
But she is engaging in the cuddling
Yeah.
because
Right.
it's
Dude,
a,
I
it's
hate-
a
I
new
hate
sleep.
relationship.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate cuddling.
Cuddling's terrible.
Cuddling's
No,
terrible.
cuddling rips,
No,
dude. Come
cuddling-
on.
You
It's
like
terrible.
cuddling, Tyler?
But yeah, of course you
But
do.
not like. Well, we can't all agree.
pussy and cuddling.
We can't all agree.
I'll eat your
Yeah,
pussy
hey,
and cuddle you.
heard
I don't
it
even have to
first.
fuck.
You heard it first, ladies. Eating pussy and cuddling. That's
No,
put that in
cuddling
my
sucks.
Instagram bio.
Cuddling sucks because then you just get a rock hard boner and you're just pressing in their ass.
It's terrible. Yeah.
What? Would you cuddling be like, man, I am fucking chubbed up right now.
Yeah, you're,
That's the entire purpose of cuddling.
No. What? When
When you're
What do
cuddling,
you-
you're not rock hard.
I'm rock hard. I'm rock hard. I'm jamming it in her ass. I'm trying to get through those pants, dude.
why does this always turn so dirty?
We're talking about you hooking up with girls.
I was talking about her sleeping over, but yes, I agree
Yeah,
with you,
that
Tom.
was-
Oh, when
thinking
she
about-
slept over, you guys just slept in the same bed. You didn't fuck.
But I hate this.
cuddle.
Like, go home. I live with my
Yeah,
parents.
yeah. No, I
Yeah.
agree. There's a certain grace period of cuddling, whatever. But then there's a time and place for cuddling. It does, yeah, totally. I'm with you. But also, like, the fact that you're sleeping like that, I can't do that. You cuddle for a little bit, then you're like, all right, I'm gonna go over here and.
Well,
fucking
that's what
sleep.
I'm doing. I'm going like that. I'm turning over to sleep by myself,
Yeah.
but then she's grinding her teeth.
That's fine.
And then I turn around and I
Dude, you
shake her.
You you fantasize about murdering her, is what you're saying.
Well, I'm going like part of me is like,
I could kill. I could end your
well,
life.
like they got all these like different Tempur-Pedic beds, like the Sleep Number, the My Pillow. I don't care what thing you have. If you have someone that's either snores or grinds their teeth, you're just gonna take that My Pillow and suffocate them.
Well, so none of that stuff.
It comes across your mind, is what I'm saying.
Sure. And you're like you're falling in and out of sleep. You're like sleep deprived, so you're not thinking straight.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's how little it takes for you to want to kill someone.
Yeah.
It sounded like I felt like a priest in a scary movie. I was like, get out of her
It
demon.
is kind of demonic.
Get out of her demon.
Leave her alone.
Do you have a short leash with bitches?
What does that mean, Tom?
Dude, I know this guy, and he was like,
Short leash.
he was at a club with this girl, and it was like there was like a black light, and she smiled, and he noticed that she had a dead tooth, and he's like, you left the club. You left her at the club.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like in the full daylight, it looks normal.
Yeah, but then the black light just
Yeah.
dead tooth.
It's maybe not this. Maybe like a fake one. You know.
Maybe, yeah.
Well,
but he
I
left
think
her
there's
at
a
the
difference
club.
between like having a one night stand with someone and then dating them. I think my threshold
Totally.
for both is my threshold for dating someone. I think is very high. My
Right.
threshold for hooking up with someone is very, very low.
And what's in
We're
the middle?
aware from all the
I know.
conversations
Yeah,
we've had
right.
on
I
the
understand.
podcast.
I just for the viewers.
So the tooth grind lady, if the alternative was she had to put in like a mouth guard, you'd also think that's crazy. If she busted out, she's coming.
No, I would. No, I would prefer that. I would
Yeah.
prefer that. I would. Yeah. If she took the courteous to go, hey,
Did you say anything the next day? Like, hey, you.
Oh, I said well. So this was not my first time hanging out with her. I hung out with her, and she always wants to spend the night, which is kind of like the give and take of it.
Yeah.
And the first time she slept over, I got up and I went and I slept on my couch.
Yeah.
And then she woke up in my bed by herself, and she
she's like,
came
"What
out
the
and she was mad at me.
Why?
She's like, "Why are you out here?
I can't sleep.
Yeah."
You
She's
have
like,
a
"I thought we
demon
were
inside of you.
Yeah, and I said, "Well, you transmogrified into a
Incredible.
into a
That's
satanic
awesome.
demon."
Okay, I'm on board with this.
Can we get a sound effect?
on
Ding,
board.
ding, ding.
We got a counter in the corner.
That was very well executed. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
So what'd she say when you go? Well, you grind your teeth.
She's like, "Oh yeah, I've heard I do that," but I mean, it was this
You're like,
exact
"See a therapist."
impression was this,
Yeah, that's demonic.
Sounds like a pug.
and then I would,
It does. That is spooky.
and then I would shake her.
That's scary too.
How hard would you shake her?
Let's not admit to anything.
Oh,
And
that's
she
not bad.
wouldn't wake up.
No, surprisingly, I thought she'd wake up, but
Dude,
you
she's
know,
got demons.
Well, to be fair though, it didn't start. I went like,
Yeah.
just kind of like this thing,
Yeah, it escalated.
and then I would do it a little harder just to get her. Just,
You
and
should have
then
hit her.
If she's that sound of a sleeper, no. What you got to do is like get something and
She
slip
needs
it
a
in
mouth
her
guard.
Yeah, get something when she's asleep, and like just put in like a
like a ball gag or something, but not
right,
used
yeah,
sexually.
Yes, yeah, or Laffy Taffy
Yeah.
or something just to keep her.
Some gum.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Gauze?
It's a terrible thing to do at night. I mean,
it's very bad for your teeth too.
I can believe it.
She needs to talk to somebody.
So have you
Probably
yeah,
your dad.
If
to
you're out
start
there,
with,
talk
you
to a
know?
dentist.
Yeah, a dentist, a therapist, your father. Yeah.
Oral surgeon.
So you have girls sleep over your house. Do your parents ever come in your room?
Well, so my grandmother is very nosy, so she'll see like, or my parents too. Like they'll see that a car is parked in my driveway, and then my grandma will come. My dad will see the car. My dad will tell my mom, and then my mom will tell my grandmother.
It's a chain of commands.
Yeah.
And then my
the
grandmother comes out, and then she'll go look in the back door there and see the shoes. And so my grandma knows all of my little sneaky leaks by their
That
shoes.
is so fun.
Wow.
So the girl that grinds her teeth, she has very ugly shoes. Who is this girl? Has very ugly shoes.
That is such a good impression of someone though, where you go, all you can see is their shoes. You go, ooh, dirty Uggs. That's not a good.
Yeah.
that's not a good sign.
It's Chucks. She's got little Chuck,
Oh,
dirty
man.
white Chucks.
Yeah,
White.
This is an Ashbury person, isn't it? Chuck Taylor.
That's not. No, I
Chuck
wish
Taylor's?
it was. I wish it was. By the way, we and Tom, we made an agreement that our podcasts, the intro theme for every podcast is going to be an Ashbury kid doing screamo emo music.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
We got to
Side note,
Tell
side
the people
note.
what the Ashbury is.
Ashbury is a bohemian style cafe that at night transmogrifies
I
into
knew-
an open mic.
I knew
Did
you
you
were
see
gonna
that?
do
Did you
that.
see that one coming?
true.
It transforms into an open mic for different types of weirdos
Suburban
stand up.
va-
It's
Vagrants,
basically
yeah.
like if you need like a picture, it's like a Disney Channel set about kids that do heroin. That's exactly what it is.
Like, have you ever seen those CNN reports on how kids are taking painkillers from their parents and they're
Yes.
addicted to them?
That's
It's
where they
all
take 'em.
those kids, and they want to be a musician or poet.
I called
Or
3
comedian.
women there, the witches from Hocus Pocus. And
Oh, yeah, let's
and
talk
they-
about
And
that.
they tried to. I mean, I told Tyler the story already, but I told them that they heckled me during the comedy show, and I called them the witches from Hocus Pocus, and she came up after and she said, "How dare you say that to me? You can say you're an asshole. You ruined my favorite place because it's a place that welcomes weirdos." And I ruined that for her.
Well, and then Luca, I was there. Luca's doing a bit about how he doesn't eat pussy.
Yes.
And they were upset.
Trying to do
I thought
that.
they were upset about that he doesn't eat pussy. I was like, what did he say?
They're like, get the manager in here.
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's what they were
instead-
doing.
Make him go down on us right now.
No, but they were mad that I called them the witches from Hocus Pocus, which they did kind of look like.
Which is objectively funny. Yeah.
Very funny and kind of harmless.
Right,
But
very
she
harmless,
came up to
yeah.
me, she pointed her finger in my face, and she goes, "How dare you ruin this place?"
She was like,
for me."
you're an asshole.
Yeah.
I was standing right there.
Tom had a good impression. It was bad. That's
Yeah.
fun.
That was
But
pretty
and
funny.
you know, and I said, did I
And
talk
no one
during your
sided with
performance?
them. No one sided with them.
Nobody at all, which I loved. I
Yeah.
loved that, and I think she thought everybody was going.
Yeah,
for it.
Right.
100%.
They were going to carry you out, pitchforks and torches. Get him out of here.
Well, I told Luca it's kind of like when the peasants try to kill the king.
The crown. Leave this. This is my.
But-
yeah.
Well, 'cause that, she had that attitude of like, oh, this used to be. She was,
Yeah.
an alumni of the place. Like she used to come there a lot and play music. And she's like, everyone knows me here. This is
spot.
my stomping ground. And I'm like, there's a new king in
There's a
town,
new
bitch.
king.
Get
There's a
outta
new
here.
regime.
Yeah. But then you're right. It's the peasants trying to overthrow the king. But if you piss off enough of these blue hair ladies, eventually there's going to be an uprising. And
For sure, yeah, a coup.
A coup.
Yeah, I don't want an Ashbury coup.
The-
One
the
day,
best- they're going to come storm the open mic. Get him.
I fantasize about the day I pass my crown to Tom
Yeah.
to the Ashbury when I leave this place
can leave.
and give
Move
Tom
on
my
forever.
crown for the Ashbury.
You're the king. Good. So we ran out of steam. Or
No,
what?
no, we're doing
Came
good.
to the
I
speech-
got
came to the
I
speech
got
welcome.
one more chick story that I want to tell. That
All right.
I want your take on it. So Tyler and I were in New York, like last month, and we were outside this comedy venue, and
Which comedy venue?
the Grizzly Pear,
Oh yeah, I've heard
and
great
which
things.
is it's a little dive there down the street from the Comedy Cellar, and they
Where?
the famous don't do it.
What?
The Comedy
What's
Cellar.
the comedy cellar?
Shut up, Tom. Can you let me tell my?
I won't
fucking
even. I
story?
won't even
Go
humor
ahead.
you a
Go
little bit. No?
Go ahead.
So we're waiting outside to do this show, and this girl is wearing these really
yeah.
knee-high white boots, and she's really sexy looking. And I say to Tyler, I said, I'm gonna go up to that girl. I'm gonna say hi to her. And I went up to her and I started talking to her. And I'm like, where are you going? She said, I was just in the Grizzly Pear. I just saw the early show. I'm gonna go in the bar next door. And she's like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm going to go into the Grizzly Pear and do a show. I said, maybe I can meet you for a drink after.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, that sounds good. And we go into the Grizzly Pear. Me and Tyler do the show. And I come out of the show and I see that she's in the bar talking with two other men. So I go, this girl's moved on. She forgot all about me.
She doesn't even know you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, she's moved on.
Right. Understandably so.
I met her for 15 seconds. I'm dead to her.
Understandably so. I go. This girl. She's
Yeah.
a beautiful woman. She's
you
getting
take the
hit on.
loss.
So I go. All right. Me and Tyler just went back. We went back to the Airbnb.
Yeah.
The next day, we exchanged phone numbers. That's what we did. The next day, she texts me and she goes, "Where were you last night?" I waited for you at the bar all night.
Yeah.
And I was like, you were with two men. And she's like, oh, I didn't know them. I was just talking to them. I was waiting. I wanted to see you. And me and this girl have been talking now since our
Really?
trip from New York.
Wow.
And she lives in Atlanta. And she has a daughter.
This is not a girl.
Atlanta.
This is a woman. She has a child.
She has a daughter. She has a Chihuahua. And now she just bought a 3-legged German Shepherd. And she FaceTimes me all the time, aggressively so. And it's
About what?
You FaceTime a lot of women.
it's a little too much.
Yeah,
but
it's just-
I'm going. I'm never gonna see this girl. She
Yeah,
was
go
in
to
Atlanta, so I'm kind of. But she's like, hey, I haven't heard from you. Like, reach
she-
out to me.
she
Like we're
think-
dating. She kind of comes off in the sense that we're
You
dating.
met her for 40 seconds, though.
I know.
Also, you forgot the part. You left out the part where she's in the bar next door, and Luca. we're kind of coming in and out of, waiting to go up at our show, waiting for the show to start. About every 4 or 5 minutes, Luca goes outside and kind of looks in the window next door.
Yeah.
He looked like
I was
like a
stalking.
puppy at like an adoption center. He's like, "Are they coming back? Are they?" Like he was. It was.
So
So
I'm going.
funny.
Maybe she'll shoo him away, but she
Right.
never did.
But he's just looking through the window, hoping like, yeah, let's see what goes on.
But now I'm talking to this girl all the time, and I'm like, what's the stake?
yeah,
in it?
why? What's your deal with that? Talking to all these women, like to me, that's your whole day. From what you described,
Yeah.
you're like,
Well,
it's like sales calls for you. I got a
it
2
really
o'clock,
is,
I got
yeah.
a
He's cold
1:30.
calling.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They're cold calling you. They're going, I'm gonna FaceTime you out of nowhere.
Well, Tyler, Between me and you, Luca has a void that he's trying to fill.
It's
You're right.
It's
though.
a sickness, Tom. I think I'm some
But
sort of
it's something
addict.
about it to me is funny where you're kind of like, I'm not gonna let any woman. I'm kind of, I'm not going down on women. I'm not gonna do stuff for them, but I will talk to them all day, every day.
Well, I give off a very hard emotional exterior with the boys here, but when I'm talking to the girls, I'm very like, it scratches that itch for me. I'm going, yeah, babe, what's going on? Like, tell me about it. You know?
I know.
If you saw me,
It disgusts me.
You're like Charlie, and these are your angels. You're going,
Tom,
come on,
it
baby.
disgusts me. Yeah, well, because I'm going, Tom has seen me, court a woman. You have too.
yeah.
But I'm going, hey,
Yeah, you turn it on.
what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
But I don't know. I don't know what's the real me anymore.
There's a difference between doing that like at the surface level when you meet someone and for like months maintaining a relationship with someone who you're never going to see again and you met for 40 seconds.
Well, that's how I feel. But how do I shake this?
But
chick?
to her, she's thinking, oh, this guy's going to come visit me, or I'm going to go visit him. You think, or is she just like, I want?
I think she is now fantasizing about that. Yeah,
But you would never.
I would never go down there. No,
You don't
How
want to
old
go
is she,
to
by the way?
Atlanta?
she's like, we gotta be my age. She's hot though.
Kid.
With the kid.
Kid.
Wait,
Kid, no dad in the picture?
no, he's in the FaceTimes too.
Yeah,
He's been back here the whole time. He's been back here the whole time.
He's waving a red flag.
Get out of there, brother, man. She ain't good for you, dog.
She ain't no good, and that's not good, so that's bad.
What is that?
No, he's probably like, this kid's cute. Get him down here. Oh man.
Hey, well, all three.
Would
fuck
you
them.
ever cuck a man's wife?
I have done that. What are you talking about?
You have? The guy's sitting in the room.
No. I've never done that. But I've hooked up with a man's wife.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is recent.
Yeah, I know that's recent, but no, like I mean, like legitimately, like he's sitting in the corner, touching himself. And
No,
you're
but I've been
pounding his leg.
offered that and I denied it.
Why?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I was in a bar one time in Naperville, and this girl came up to me. And she was pretty, but aggressively like hitting on me. Like I wasn't even like I'm with my friends, and obviously I'm going back and forth with her once I see that she's interested, but like really like touchy and really flirty. And then at the end of the night, she whispers, she goes, "Do you see that guy in the corner by himself?" And I look over, and he's staring dead at us.
Yeah.
And she goes, "That's my boyfriend. He likes to watch me get fucked. He doesn't touch himself. He doesn't say anything, doesn't make any noise. But I would want to have sex with you tonight. We could go back to our place, my apartment, but he would have to watch." And I said no.
Really?
Interesting.
Because I thought I'd be axe-murdered.
No,
Nah.
no, that's weird. He's gonna watch, not say anything, and not touch himself. It'd be weirder if he was
But
just,
people do that, Tom.
if he was just sitting there like. I'd want him touching himself, like you know.
You'd
Yo,
want
give me a
no,
little
I don't.
Yeah, do a little,
No,
do a little,
Tom wants to be able to be like,
You
"This
boys
is
want to
pretty-"
come over?
do a little play-by-play, you know.
Yeah, right. You want to be like, I'm doing pretty good, right?
Yeah. I want a fist bump.
Yeah, yeah,
Give
right.
me a
Give me
fucking
some acknowledgement.
give me a
Yes.
cold rag and some
That's
water.
so funny.
Yeah, give me some electrolytes.
Yeah. like
following your wife
you're
over
running
here.
a marathon. Water.
I don't know.
funny.
That's tough.
That's man. There's so many different ways you could have played that.
You think I should have did it?
I don't know.
You should have did it, and then
it's-
just been like try to hook up with that on the side. Be like, hey, we can do this
Yeah.
without him.
Also, like an interesting experience, I think for sure. But also, you could have like trying to flip it on them and out crazy them. Go home with her, and you're more psychotic than they are, and she's like, oh, actually, this isn't.
No, do you know you should be like, hey, he can watch, but I have a buddy. He's sitting over there.
I get
He's
one
gonna watch.
too. I get one too. for
Now we have an
safety.
audience. Now it's a comedy show.
2 more people. It's a comedy show.
You pull out your cock, everyone laughs.
That's
That's my big bit.
That's what you should have said. Is yes, I'll do that. But you guys have to listen to me do 15 minutes of stand up first.
Dude, oh my! Have I ever told you guys this story? When I first started comedy, I was maybe 3 months into comedy, and my neighbors, I was over at their house smoking weed with them or something, and I was like, yeah, I have to leave. I have to go do an open mic, and they're like, do your comedy right here for us.
Oh
Did you?
God. And at the
Did
time,
you, Tom?
I imagine Stone Tom being like, "This is going to save me so much time going to the open mic."
Well, no,
I'll
so
just do here."
it's two Indian guys, and they're sitting there, and they're like, tell us your jokes.
Do your comedy.
Did you stand up and everything?
So I stood up in front of
Oh
it was
my
a couch,
God.
almost exactly like this, and
I
I'm
love
standing
this.
right where that stool is, and I'm just going whatever shitty jokes I had at the
Yeah.
time. I was like, and they're like, They're like, maybe you should say this and not that. And I'm
Really?
like,
They're giving you notes?
in the minute, I wasn't even done with the joke.
Oh my god.
This is long hair
And then as soon
tracksuit
as,
Tom.
as soon
Yes.
as you walked out, they go, I can't believe you fucking did that.
Yeah, and then they
Dude,
moved.
that guy was
They
such a
left.
pussy.
They left the neighborhood. They left
Well,
the country.
they're from Canada. They went back to Canada.
They go, that sucked so bad. We got to leave the country.
Dude, that guy sucked dick as soon as you left.
No, they were laughing.
Awesome.
That's crazy. So that's kind of your version of cucking.
Cucking.
Yes, I
It's
got,
doing
yeah.
stand up in front of not a real
two guys.
And I didn't even know these guys that well. I was just smoking weed outside, and they're like, "Hey, come over and smoke with us." So this was the first time I met them.
But objectively,
That's
I think all
crazy.
three of us have done comedy in front of two people in a normal setting.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we've done
Less than that even.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like,
nobody.
has anyone ever bugged you so much to tell them a joke that you go, "Fine"?
No, I never.
Because at that point,
You never budge?
It's a matter of principle. I'm like, no. The more that you are intent about it, the less I'm going to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I'm a person. If I get bugged enough to do something, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you tell them a real joke, or you be like, do give a knock?
Will you do him a joke under the act, or you do like a street
Yeah,
joke?
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do like a street joke or
Yeah.
something.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more street jokes.
Me too.
Do you know any?
People are always like, oh, here's a joke. I'm like,
I
oh,
probably
yeah,
can't
that's
say them on
funny.
this podcast.
Yeah, never. Tom's street jokes need not be said. I can never think of one.
Yeah.
Which as a comedian kind of bothers me. I
Yeah.
feel like I should have a
No,
couple of
because
them.
you
You
have
wanna hear one?
your own jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just do the ones that my grandpa would tell me.
Right.
So you want to hear one?
Yeah.
is it racist and
It's
not racist.
homophobic?
grandpa. Yeah.
It's from my
dude.
grandfather.
All right, go on.
How do you know you're in a gay bar?
Okay. Wow.
All the stools are turned upside down.
Great.
That's so stupid. That's a good joke. Hey, good
It's not
joke.
bad.
No,
I
it's not-
thought it was pretty funny when I was 7.
Yeah. Is that the one? Is that your go-to?
Yeah. And usually people will be like, "That's disgusting." Like, stop talking to me. And I'm like, "Oh, that's perfect. That's what I wanted."
I got a street joke. I just remembered one. My dad's good friend, old Italian guy, cop, retired police officer. This is his.
What
big
was
joke.
his Elks Lodge name?
Yeah. It's is this Sunnyside?
Baco is his nickname. Baco is his Elks Lodge. That's his street nickname. Is Baco. Shout out to Baco. He talks like this. What the fuck? But his joke is there's 3 kids in a classroom: an African American kid, a white kid, and a
He
Mexican
didn't
kid.
say African American.
No, a white kid, an African American kid.
He probably
I'm
didn't
cleaning
even
up
say
for the pot. White kid, African American kid, and a Mexican American kid are all sitting there in the classroom, and the teacher says to make a complete sentence with the word liver and the word cheese. And the white kid goes, "I don't like liver and cheese." And the black kid goes, I love liver and cheese. And the Mexican goes, "Leave her alone, she's my sister." That's a good joke, dude. And then he went, "Dog." He transmogrified into.
The only street joke I remember that reminds me of is Pat Clifford, who used to say all the time, is because my teacher told me to turn in my essay, but I ain't no snitch.
Yeah, that's a good joke. I like that. That's good. Let's dig it. I don't
That
know.
should be a segment on this.
Yeah,
podcast.
let's do street joke segment. I
I
like
don't
it.
mind
bring-
that.
we bring
Make
in a
note of
street
it.
joke.
I'm not proud of this. I did this is deep in the pandemic. I did a Zoom show for a group of developmentally disabled adults.
Nice.
So like a crew of all.
What is
It's
development?
You know what you should have said? Famous ass. That's what you should have
It's all
said.
the kids who hang out at the Ashbury, you know.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like- But
yeah.
it's people who are mentally challenged, and they're like, so they put them all on Zoom, and they're like, dude, I forget how much time they wanted me to do, and it paid, so I was like, whatever. But I do a little bit of like jokes in my act or whatever, and they're kind of like
Going over their head.
ha ha, whatever. And then I just pull up Google and I start reading a list of 100 street jokes.
they
I
love
have
it?
never felt more like I'm killing at the Apollo. Like they're
No
jumping
way.
out of their seats. It's the best set of my life.
So you're doing
dude.
like, what did the apple say to
Yeah.
tomato?
Oh my-
Ketchup,
dude.
like,
Yeah, dude.
that
And
shit.
they are like they're literally looking at me like, this guy's our new drooling. This guy's our new god.
One of them throws up like a dog. They're so excited.
Honestly, that's the level of excitement.
When
we
your
got.
dry bar
We're
comes
working
out,
it.
it's just gonna be all them
We're
comments.
working
at the
comments.
dry
Honestly,
bar.
that's
They're
the
like,
kind
this sucks. Where are the good jokes?
But it's one of those things where like if someone like one of their parents asked them like, oh, who's your favorite comedian, they'd be like, Tyler Fowler.
Tyler Fowler.
Dude, I did a show, and a mentally handicapped kid came up to me after the show and gave me a hug.
That's nice.
Yeah.
He thought I was one of them, probably.
I'll see you on Tuesday at the meeting.
It's really good to see you guys out
I
there.
did
See you at Wednesday at the Ashbury.
A kid. I don't think there's anything. Maybe he was mentally he was all the way there, but he was like, he had cancer. He was like somehow he's like in a wheelchair and like really like paralyzed from like the eyebrows down. Like this kid was going through
He
it.
can move his eyebrows?
Yeah.
Famous
Yeah.
ass.
But he was hooked up to a machine. He had help
Tyler
with
laughed at that
something,
one.
breathing or something. And it's his birthday, and they're literally like, he loves comedy. We watch Dry Bar Comedy every day. Like he's such a fan of comedy. We want you to come to a show for him and his friends in his backyard or whatever. Ended up being like pretty fun, but the whole show he can't audibly do anything. The machine he's hooked up to just keeps beeping. And I'm like, is this kid gonna die? I was like nervous. I'm like, it sounded like something's going
This is
wrong.
in a live show.
He needs like constant attention. So like at all times, someone's like changing out a tube or like fixing something, cleaning something out, whatever. And I keep being like, dude, it feels like this thing is about to like lose battery. Like I was nervous. And at the end of the show, they go, oh no, that's him laughing. Whenever the machine beeped, he was laughing.
What? I love it.
And they
He's
go,
just hitting this
it
thing
gets
with
so
his
much better.
eyebrow. Beep, beep, beep.
But then even better, so he does. It's kind of like that where he can type with his eyes, but it takes a long time.
Jesus.
So after the show, they're like, "Oh, get a picture with him or whatever." And his friends and his family, all super nice people, and they're like, "Wait." And someone goes like, "Oh, how was the show?" And they're waiting, and he types, and he goes, and the computer reads out like, "That was hilarious," and everyone goes, "Yeah!"
Holy
like,
shit.
like I'm a hero. You know?
Dude, you had the show where you killed the woman, where you killed the old
Yeah.
lady. You told that one. And now you got ones where you're making guys beep.
Yeah, all for people who are somehow challenged.
He was
My
not
career
that
isn't
guy.
This bad. You know, this is just maybe half of it.
And they were the same guy.
They're the same guy.
The ribs.
Hey, can I ask you
Not
guys
proud of
this? What's the gayest experience you've ever had?
No, you can't.
Yeah,
This podcast.
Pass.
This podcast. probably.
I don't know.
That's
But
a tough one.
cuddling with a woman. That's the gayest, apparently, according to you guys. Cuddling with a woman.
Cuddling with a
Cuddling
woman. Pussy.
What about you?
Yeah.
The same.
Eating pussy is the gayest thing I've ever done. No, and even worse,
Eating
he
pussy is
liked
probably
it.
the gayest thing, yeah.
Your gayest experience wasn't getting the vaccine?
All right, I've been doing this quote unquote gay workout recently. Let me run it by you guys.
Yeah, please.
Are you twerking?
No, I should.
Pole fitness.
No, I seen this guy on Instagram, and he's all about like natural dichotomy of movement.
Yeah.
So his thing is that every day, it's like a challenge that he does. Is every day you have to walk on all fours for a minute added each day. So I'm up to like 15 minutes of like you just walk on your hands and feet around my basement.
Not your hands and knees, though.
Not hands
It's
and
like
knees.
kind of a bear
No, it's not that
crawl.
gay.
Yeah. Interesting. But I see logically how that those are muscles that it works a lot of muscles at the same time, and it's things you probably don't work a lot.
Well, the
You know?
guy on it is like jacked, and he's also
bet.
very like he can do a lot. Like he's very.
Is it
savvy
Liver
with
King?
Balance. It's not Liver King. No,
It's it's got to be one of those
I
crack.
hate
pot
Liver
things,
King
though.
too. You ever see Liver King, Tyler?
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Does he eat only liver?
That guy has some sort of mental illness.
No, that
too.
guy.
A lot of
Here's
those
the
guys.
thing. He talks about how he's primal.
Yeah.
And he's only living the way that people were meant to be living.
Ancestral living.
Yeah.
He is on Instagram.
He's huge on Instagram. That's his whole life.
They didn't have Instagram in
And
caveman times.
Clearly on steroids.
Yeah.
Clearly on steroids. That guy.
Yeah. He's gonna tell someone he eats
Does
liver,
he
they're gonna
eat-
die.
Does he eat only liver?
Raw liver.
Or just- but
raw.
only?
Only
It's his
raw
whole
meats.
diet.
Only raw meats.
Raw meats.
But he's if you ever when he talks, he kind of has like just like a little subtle lift.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
it's just like you want to be
He's
like, dude, like that's why he works out so much because people when he was a kid was
Yeah.
like, you kind of talk like a
No,
stupid idiot.
he's probably autistic. But he's just a really jacked autistic guy. You know.
I seen a good interview with
That's a
him.
good move though. If you're autistic,
Right.
just
Just-
get jacked.
yeah.
I think
right.
bald or
Okay.
autistic, you just go
You have
jacked.
to go
It's jacked.
bald, fat dude. You got to do something, man. You got to be jacked.
Well, I think when you become completely bald, knock on wood, you either go in the direction of like hipster with the knit hat or
Yeah.
jack guy.
Sure.
You have one of those paths to go down.
But jack guy is definitely the preferred.
jack
way
guy
to
is the
go.
better one. But the jack guy is definitely a douchebag, though.
Well, Jack bald
Right.
guy. Every time I see Jack bald guy at the gym, he has the hottest girl with him in the gym.
Yeah.
yeah, but he's a douchebag too, though. That's Andrew Tate then,
Yeah, Andrew Tate.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he's.
guess.
But
I want to go back to you crawling around on the floor.
Yeah, I want to go back. Sorry.
no, it's fine.
sandbagged.
I'm
gotta
going
be-
with the flow.
I
So I'm walking around.
Yeah.
I'm walking hands and feet, and like I'll like it kind of forces you to stretch a little bit. But I'm waiting for the day my dad comes
Yeah,
down and
I was
goes,
gonna
"What
say
the
that.
fuck are you doing on the floor?
Right.
walking around."
it's one of those
Why are
things
you naked crawling on all fours?
I'll be in
What
my,
is
I'll
that
be in
in
my
your ass?
boxers, just
Yeah.
crawling around. That's the first thing I do in
Get
the
a
morning.
full asshole
so
shot
funny.
of you.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like logically, I see how it's a good workout, how it's good for your body, and all this kind of stuff. But the act of doing it, especially as the time goes up, if you're doing like 4 minutes, halfway through, you'd be like, I feel like a
I'm
fucking
at
idiot
I'm
right
at
now.
12 right now.
No way, you do 12 minutes of that.
12 minutes. I'm just
But after
Crawling.
about 6 minutes, don't you go, man? I feel like such an idiot right now.
for sure. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
play a little music. But I go back and forth.
And
like,
you
I'll
got to be
stretch.
pacing around the whole.
Yeah, and not
12
my entire
minutes, you've covered the whole basement.
my entire basement is not carpeted either. So I'm going around a little carpet. I'm just going.
Wait, this isn't the basement?
You're going in circles.
This is Nonna's basement.
Oh,
This
it
is Mama's basement.
That's so
Dude, if,
funny.
if I was your brother and I saw you doing that, I'd come up and just kick you in the balls and the taint, just whole foot to the whole.
Enzo has not yet seen me, but I'm sure he
Do
would
do you
comment on it.
feel stronger?
I feel more because like it kind of really what it does more than anything is it kind of forces you to stretch.
Sure.
Because like you can't like just maintain that like walking
Right.
position, so you all of a sudden like I feel more limber. I'd
By
say.
the time it's over, though, you got to feel like
your shoulders
worn out,
your
right?
shoulders hurt.
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely
your
tiring.
arms. I'm sure.
Do you feel gayer?
I think this might be my new gayest experience. Just
that's
walking on all
up
fours.
there for sure.
Okay.
You're crawling out on the floor just waiting for it.
Yeah,
Good
just
for you.
if I hope nobody sneaks up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, some kicks you in the taint.
Only
12
son.
minutes of you teasing. Yeah.
Well, have you ever heard of the elephant walk?
No.
Have you heard of this?
Where
Tyler?
it's where you're supposed to.
So this is in a fraternity.
Right.
Like it's I really do think I would like to know if anyone actually does it, but it's sort of
For sure.
a horror story of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hazing,
Fraternity hazing
of
horror
like
story.
really hardcore fraternities, like the best fraternity on a college campus. What they'll do is they make the pledges as they're trying to rush the fraternity. They'll line up like on all fours, and then you hold each other's dicks,
Right.
and you go in like like you do like a conga, but you're holding each other's dick. You're like walking around. It's called the elephant walk. And that's how you get into the fraternity.
I'm so glad I didn't go to college.
Bro, I heard that story. I was like, I would never do that.
Oh yeah, there's so much.
Were you in a frat?
Yeah.
Tyler,
we
which doesn't out of the
Doesn't
three
fit.
of us,
You're right.
you would not be
Doesn't
the one that people.
We
would
should
do
do an
in a
elephant
frat.
walk. That should be the intro to this podcast.
We'll have Jason Seiler draw it.
We're all holding those cocks.
And the emo
But like we
music.
didn't do any hazing stuff like that. But like I heard by being in like that world, I heard a lot of those horror stories and like.
You weren't hazed at all?
No.
I've heard a
Because
lot of,
same with you. I wouldn't. I would like shut up.
yeah, I've heard
doing
people
this.
like you got to put like a nail in your
But see,
toe
that's the
and
other
kick
thing
the
is like
wall or
they're.
I've never heard anyone who's done it. I've just heard people.
But
have,
like that's so many of the like horror stories. You're like. They're weirdly erotic. You're like, why would you? For the people who
Yes.
are making you do that, why you be like, yeah, do this gay stuff, and we're all gonna watch. You're
right,
like,
right.
what?
If I think I'd be really good at hazing people, but I would not like to be hazed.
But see, that's why people end up doing it because it happened to them. So they
It's
gotta,
like when a kid
right,
gets
but I would be
molested,
fun. I'd be like,
Right.
yeah, hey, pussy, give
But
me
see,
a
that's
beer,
why
you know?
See, that's why people. I'm with you. I would never do it, but that's why people subject themselves to it because they go, then I'm going to turn around. I do it for 6 months, and then I get 4 years, 3.5 years of me telling other people what to do,
I understand that.
which is destructive. There's nothing good about it.
Did you do anything for your frat?
What do you mean?
Like
Was that your gayest
a
experience?
seance or like a dance or
You guys had
a-
like
a
robes, right?
brand?
You did like the robes and a handshake or something?
now we have like a handshake, like the usual stuff. It's like a secret, any kind of like secret society.
society?
Yeah.
Has it
Fraternity's
helped
so
you in any
gay,
way?
dude. Hindsight.
It was one of the best experiences of my life.
Really? No, but like a lot of people, they do it because afterwards, like they get a job. Someone will be like, "Oh, I was in that frat, so I'll hire you."
There is like there's definitely like a deep network of people. I've met a lot of very interesting people and like people I could like call on for favors, like help for sure. But it's mostly like people who are like I'm friends with. You know?
Oh, wow.
It's not like just like a random guy. You know.
Do you still do like barbecues and stuff together?
No, I haven't like.
Barbecues. Come on, y'all. We all on the barbecue. What kind of phrase
a long
is this? I had this when I was in, this is how naive I was. When I was in a freshman in college, I went to DePaul, which is like kind of the antithesis of a Big Ten
Right.
fraternity school. And all my friends from high school, they were all going to Big Ten schools, joining frats. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I had this idea. I was like, I'm going to start a pirate frat. That's what I'm going to do.
That's your
Like
gayest
underground.
experience. That's your gayest experience.
We're gonna crawl around.
You want to join my frat, matey?
No, I had this fantasy idea in like this is my freshman year of college, so I'm like 18 years old.
Yeah.
That like I would get a van, and I would pull up to the front of each frat house, and I would like corral a party that was against the fraternity.
All right, everybody.
Rival
That's been
party?
the 5th episode.
Like a
I've
party
never
out-
told anyone this.
a party out on the sidewalk.
Yeah, like I would. It doesn't make any sense.
Dude, you
I
should
was
do
an
that on
idiot.
stage.
Tom does this thing wherever I bomb. He goes, "Good set."
It is very funny. I do like it.
But yeah, so that was I was gonna get a van. I was gonna start a thing. I was maybe
You've
gonna
come a
sell
long
merch.
way.
I was gonna sell merch. That's how I was gonna make the money and fund it.
What was the frat going to be called?
Yeah.
Pirate frat. It's gonna be
That's
called
what
the
it's called?
Pirate Frat.
What would be like the,
And I'm
like the
constantly mobile.
acronym for it?
It just told it's Pirate
Pirate.
Frat. There's no acronym.
Wait, no, I thought.
No, I'm going against.
Frat-
I'm going against it,
against
Tom.
it.
I'm going
Oh,
against Greek
okay.
life.
it's just like you and a bunch of Somalian kids.
Yeah. No, but I would when my friends would.
I am the captain now. It's you and Jay.
My party now.
Right. Well, I started. My friends were once they were done pledging, I'd go to their
Yeah,
Big Ten
visit,
schools
yeah.
and I'd visit, and I realized it was a lot of fun, but I still
Yeah.
didn't like it, so I'd steal things.
That's a big Greek life thing.
I'd
Stealing
go
stuff.
into people's dorm rooms and I would steal things.
Stealing is fun.
And I loved it. It was great. That was my pirate frat. I was still
Yeah.
kind of felt like a pirate. I got to steal things
yeah.
and
Did
drink
you
a lot.
ever steal out of like a high school locker during gym?
No, I wasn't
that-
degenerate.
Out of a locker?
Yeah, like
Oh, I
some
thought
people
you
didn't
said-
lock it, and you just fucking
No.
take their shit.
No, Tom, that's wrong.
Well.
Well, any form of.
But I don't want to be right.
What was the what's
What
the
do you-
what's the craziest thing you stole? How about that?
Oh, I got a good
the
one.
funniest or like the most valuable?
How about both?
The funniest thing, I remember we took we took this kid's shoes. We were friends with him though. We took his shoes and he didn't have shoes to wear for school, so he just walked around barefoot all day.
No
See,
way.
that, fucks
That was
me up.
funny.
That's mean.
That's pretty funny, though.
That's pretty funny.
Mean.
That's funny. Tyler,
Poor
funny.
kid.
No shoes.
Um,
Shoeless kid walking
the
around high
most-
school.
The most.
I'm-
No, I
yeah.
don't even want to do that. You can. You.
No, go ahead.
No, I can't.
Almost. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
Incriminate
you
yourself?
might. There's the statute of limitations
Right,
is
yeah,
still
it hasn't
not
ran
done.
out
Happened
yet.
yesterday.
Yeah.
It hasn't ran out yet.
In high school, I was obsessed with stealing like road signs and stuff like that. So my whole basement, every wall is covered in like street signs, roads, anything.
You would like have a wrench? You take them off?
Not no, but like
Tyler's
sometimes
killed 10 people by stealing a stop sign. People are just
No, never like like
People are blowing stop signs.
yeah. I go to a school zone and right where the kids cross the street, take all this. No, I never. 'cause
Five-car
they're too
pileup.
hard to get down. It was like ones that were like laying around or like construction ones that were portable or whatever.
Got it.
I'm trying to remember all. I had so many.
Tyler just has that big electric arrow. That's
Yes, yeah, but truly,
No
it got to the
fucking
point.
way.
It got to the point where it's like you had like, all the like regular old ones, so we had to like challenge ourselves. Like we gotta get something that's. So we got a sign that was like 20 feet wide off of an IHOP, International House of. It's an International House of Pancakes, the one that lights up on the side of the
No
highway.
way.
Yeah,
Where
'Cause they were
where
like
is it now?
closing or going out of business. So me and my friends were out. It's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. We were at like a Denny's somewhere like all night, and we're driving home. We go that IHOP's closing. We're gonna get their sign. We have this huge IHOP sign.
Where is
covers
it
like
now?
an entire wall. So as soon as I go to college, like the week I left for college, my mom had someone come over and get all the road signs out of the basement, threw them away because she was like, "I'm gonna go to prison if someone finds out about this." She was like
Yeah.
really nervous about it.
That's funny.
I heard in
I was devastated. I was like, "I've built this whole empire, and you tore it all down."
I heard in Denver, like the highway mile marker 420 has been stolen
For
so
sure.
many times
Yeah,
that they moved it and changed it to 419.9.
I believe that.
No
Because
way.
they had, like,
I'd
the-
steal that one too, though.
It had like the Colorado like logo on it with the 420. Yeah.
Because there's another one on the way up to Milwaukee, Bong Recreation Area in Illinois, right, you're crossing the border into Milwaukee. I'm sure it gets stolen all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's like Bong is the name of the park or something.
Yeah, it's like some person whose last name was Bong. They have like a park, but yeah, it's called Bong Recreation Area, and it's like, oh god,
That's fucking.
you
cool
see
as
people all the
shit.
time pulling over to take pictures in front of it or whatever. Like,
That's dumb.
That guy is a fucking loser who pulls up. I want a picture in
Yeah,
front
you're
of
right. Yeah,
Bong.
look, the Bong sign.
what about
I
you?
got that picture.
Thing you stole?
So funniest, I was telling Tom this the other day. My friend had he got like a brand new Dodge Charger for his birthday when he was a kid, and when he was like in high school, and it's a nice
Wow,
car. But
wow.
I stole his keys, and I never told him. So whenever he'd pick us up in the car, we'd go to like Portillo's or something. I'd pretend to go to the bathroom, but I'd go in his car and I'd move it to a
That's
different
funny.
parking lot. So then we'd come out and he'd be like, where's my
That's
car? And
funny.
I'm like, dude, you don't remember? You
got
parked all the way by Jamba Juice. You nuts? And then he just never. Wait, he's still to this day. Never
Oh, so
known.
you had
He still
a
has the
key,
key.
I had the key. I had the key to his car.
but he also had a key.
Yeah, like he lost his key and he's like, oh, I got the spare. I'm gonna use the spare.
So
you know?
it was never like like he didn't
was a running
he
bit.
didn't ever know you had it.
We should bring him on the
incredible.
podcast
That's an
and tell him.
incredible bit.
What?
We should bring him on the podcast and tell him.
No, he's not podcast worthy.
Oh.
That's a great bit though.
It was funny. We got such a kick out of it.
You should have just made him believe it got stolen. You're like, dude, it's not here. What happened?
Yeah,
call
but
the
no, but
police.
then we would have to tell him. I liked
Yeah.
it better where like he would just be a little confused
Right.
every time
So
he left.
he drops you guys off. He's driving home, going, "Man, am I forgetting stuff?"
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Dude, did you guys like during like sleepovers when you were younger? Did you guys ever prank call 911?
No, you can't
When
do
I was
that.
a kid, and then
We
when I was
did
a
it
kid,
They'll call you back or show up at your house.
They showed up,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, me too. They showed up.
Like a bunch of kids in my high school.
We
they
called
do-
on a Mickey Mouse phone.
What?
You remember those Mickey Mouse phones? It was Mickey and like it has his hand on the
Yeah.
like you could take it off his hand and it's the phone.
what year were
called
you born? The
911.
fucking 40s?
last
did
week.
look. It was like a replica
It's
thing.
like an antique. I
Well,
had a
my
Homer
friend called
Simpson phone.
911 and they came
Yeah, yeah.
on the Mickey Mouse phone.
That's definitely a white kid thing.
A bunch of kids in my high school did it.
Black
at,
kids would
like-
never do that.
Right, for sure. Oh, I accidentally called 911. Whoops. yeah, yeah.
It was a
That only,
prank.
that only happens once. You know? No, a bunch of kids in my high school, someone did that at a party. Like, oh, LOL, I dialed 911. And then they came and arrested everybody. It was like a party. Everyone's drunk. Like 15 kids got drinking tickets. And they're like, you idiot, they call the police on yourself.
Dude, I freak out. Have you ever like accidentally hit like the emergency call on your phone and you hear it go dun, dun, like it's about to call
Oh,
911?
yeah.
You're like,
No.
fuck.
No, I never did that. My
do that
cousin,
all the
though, my
time.
younger cousin, he's Enzo's age. He thought it was a funny prank, and he's kind of he's a troubled child. He's older now, but
Problem child.
So now he's in trouble with
problem.
adult.
He's a troubled adult. Troubled adult. He called. He thought it was funny to prank call his buddy like that lived down the road, but he hadn't talked to in a while, so like they were like not that close of friends anymore. And he called and he's like, "I'm gonna murder your fucking sister." So like, and he kept calling me, kept going, "I'm gonna murder your fucking sister, and I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna decapitate her," and like all these like horrible threats, like I'm gonna fucking fuck her inside of her skull, like the most crazy things you could say.
That's hot.
So then, obviously this kid's like, I don't know who this
We gotta
is.
call the
I'm
police.
getting death threats. So like, fucking
SWAT comes in.
SWAT comes in front of his house, and they came and they're like, and they came and they're like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, did you call and say these? And he's like, oh, it was a prank. And
No, it wasn't a prank. You just had to be like, yeah, that was a joke.
yeah. So
I
he was like,
kidding.
I was just praying, I wasn't gonna do it, and yeah. But
Ugh.
he swears to this day that the firemen were kind of thought it was funny.
They're like,
they were
good-
laughing.
good
They're
one,
like,
good
oh,
for
good
you.
bit. But I really don't believe
that.
it.
It happened to me kind of in high school, or no, it must have been like middle school, younger than that. Someone calls me, a buddy calls me, and you remember those like soundboards you could pull up on a website, and it was like they had little different
Yes.
phrases, and they do it in someone's voice. And he had one, I didn't know who the number was, whatever, and it was like, I know now it was Jack Black from some movie, and he's going, me, baby, me. And it was all these creepy fucking things in that kind of voice, and I kept being like, wait, who is this? And he's going, me, baby, me. I was like, I literally was like, this guy's coming for me. I was like, Mom, there's a pedophile out there coming to get me, whatever. Like a week later, I found out it's one of my friends, and I was like, oh my God, I thought it was over for me.
It's good to make people feel fear.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. That's terrible.
It's fun though. When on the other side of it, it's fun.
It's pretty fun.
See, I
It's
don't
fun
think
until they
so.
until it gets serious.
Me and
Right.
Enzo, same troubled kid. Probably the reason why he's troubled is we used to prank him. We used to that movie, The Babadook, came out. You ever see it?
I've
It's
never.
like a scary movie.
Someone just told me to watch it.
So the whole movie is like this kid finds a book. It's like a children's book, but it's like scary, and then like it is associated with some sort of demon. And me and Enzo saw this movie, and we thought it was so nuts that we're like, we have to. So we went to Goodwill and we bought a book, and we made it look like the Babadook in the book. And we just left it on my cousin's front door and rang his doorbell, and then we're like, dude, did you get a? There's a serial killer in the area that's leaving books on people's doors, and he's like, dude, are you serious? And then we would do it sporadically throughout the week. We'd go up to his house and we'd, we'd run away, just like fucking him. Dude, Enzo did it so hard he did it on his window, and his
Broke the
fist
window?
went through the window. We
Oh
ran,
my
and
God.
Dude, me. I actually went ding dong ditching not too long ago.
Yeah,
with
with the high school
Adam
kids
C.
from the fight, right? Yeah.
No. Me, Adam C,
No.
Kyle Allen,
this is a true story.
Brando.
This is before or after the homecoming dance. You guys did this.
we did Mojos.
Oh
and we were
my
walking
God.
through that neighborhood right there. And I go, wouldn't it be funny if we just ding dong ditched him right now? And Adam goes, let's do it, pussy.
This man is 35.
He's 37.
Children,
actually.
with children.
Yeah, and he goes up to the door, just fucking pow, pow, bangs on the door. We start running, and we run down the street, and then we're like, all right, fine, that was fucking stupid. And Adam goes, let's do it again. And he goes into another house, fucking rings the doorbell, and we're fucking just sprinting down the street. Fucking cop just rolls right by us, and he sees 4 grown men
Adults sprinting,
running.
Yeah.
He didn't pull us over, and he didn't like stop. But I was like, dude, Adam, if I would have got in trouble for ding dong ditching,
At
at
25,
25,
that's the thing. It's fun to do illegal things still, but if you get in trouble for them,
It's so embarrassing.
it's so embarraing.
The cop would at that point the cop would be like, all right, let's get you guys back to the center or wherever you guys are living.
Back to what I was saying, though. I still feel like a little kid. I still feel like I'm 15.
Yeah.
For sure.
So if they would have been like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, we were just ding dong ditching. It'd be like, you're 37, you're 25.
Yeah.
You see
We're
grown men
arresting
running
you
down
now.
the street. Fucking, you think they just committed a murder.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
something like they robbed a bank.
Right,
or
right.
something.
No, we were ding dong ditching, sir.
They wouldn't even believe us. He wouldn't even believe us.
Yeah, what age do you stop just running for pure getting to one place to another?
I still run across the
Interesting.
street every time I'm in a crosswalk.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
But I think it's slowly, like as you slowly run less as you become.
And at what age do you stop crawling around on the floor on all fours?
The crawling on the floor. That's my gayest experience.
When someone gooses them, that's when he stops.
Also, I can't, if
That's
you
a
ding
funny
dong,
term.
if you ding dong ditch somebody now, I feel like they would open the door and be like, "People are still doing that."
Well, no, everyone has
Like,
ring
what?
doorbells.
I know.
Tom,
Yeah.
you look like the kind of kid that you lit a bag of dog shit on somebody's.
I did it one time.
Classic
You've done it,
prank.
yeah?
I've done it one
For
time.
Classic
sure you
prank,
have, dude.
yeah.
For sure.
One of my, I was just remembered this the other day of a favorite prank I in college. A guy who lived across the hall from me, I was good friends with his roommate. We all like hung out. I was friends with his roommate. So when he was gone, the roommate, this guy, the other guy, we went through all his textbooks and notebooks, and we printed out a bunch of pictures of dicks, big veiny dicks.
Jesus.
And we would like paperclip them in throughout his books and notebooks. So he'd sit down in class and open up his book, and there's just a huge dick there. But we did it
funny.
so far into like different stuff he had that it went on for the whole semester.
That's pretty funny.
It's like 10 weeks later, he'll sit down in class and open a book like Jesus and slam it shut and come back like I thought we were done with this.
After the 5th one, wouldn't you be like, let me just flip through this whole thing?
Now he's an idiot, I guess. It just haunted him for weeks. It was great.
What if that's how he became gay?
That's why he didn't get rid of all of them. He's
Yeah.
like, I hope I get surprised by one of these.
I had a running bit in high school where I would just fall.
That's good.
What's that, Tyler?
Because this hasn't been funny at all.
No, it was all right.
No, it was great. I thought it was great.
That was good.
You would do like a prop fall?
Prop fall, but all the time. You know, I would
Yeah.
I would
I
slam
can
in
see
a
that
locker
being
and
your
fall.
thing. This is Luca who wanted to be a stuntman.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about that. When you first started comedy, you'd...
And I'd have this big
Dude,
back.
Luke was doing
I
flips.
refused to go to my locker, so I had every single book in my bag.
And then you'd do a big fall.
Good
Well,
night.
I just like so it would be even. I probably have a video of it somewhere. It just looks so ridiculous. It's remember the kid in high school with the huge backpack?
That was
me.
you?
Yeah.
But then like
my
you
God.
do this
I didn't want to
fake-
go to the locker.
You do this fake fall.
Holy shit.
Are people like concerned or do they think it's funny or neither?
Well, the people who were in on the bit knew it was funny, and then everyone else was very concerned.
I imagine the other people are like, that's not even funny. Like, oh, you fell?
Look, you're fucking walking around shaved head.
Shaved head and sweatpants.
I'd be like, this guy is going to kill everybody.
No,
Right.
I was
hugely full
goofy.
backpack. Yeah.
I was jumping around and kicking and shit.
You didn't have
Yeah,
the roller one? Did you have a roller backpack?
No, I never
Good.
did the roller. I had an
Yeah.
Oakley backpack that I bought
not
at the
bad.
airport, and it just like fell apart in like a week.
Really?
So it was just like holes in
Oakley's
it.
not
and
good quality?
I think it's because I put every book I fucking had in
Yeah.
there.
And they're busy making sunglasses. They don't want to be doing backpacks. You know?
Yeah, but the guy, they had a really cool demo. He's like, this is made of Kevlar. Like, look, and he poked a hole in it, and then he went like this, and it made, and the hole like was not
I'm
there
sold,
anymore.
dude.
I know, it was cool. I'm like, Mom, I need this backpack right
How
now.
much was it? Like $500?
Something ridiculous. Yeah, I remember really being like, come on, I need that backpack's dope, right? I mean,
it's pretty sick.
I remember
Yeah.
being a kid and there was like some things where you're just like, Mom, you have to buy this.
right.
for me.
That is his
If you
backpack.
don't buy this for me, I will kill you.
Jesus Christ.
Mine was a mini bike,
Yeah?
Dude, we were at Pep Boys, and there's this mini bike. It was
Dude, of
big,
course
fat
you bought a
tire.
mini bike at Pep Boys, dude. That fucking describes your entire essence, dude. Mom, I need this mini bike at Pep Boys now.
It was like $700. I'm like, Mom, I need this bike.
$700.
I was like, I know my mom didn't have $700. I don't think in her bank account. And I was like, Mom, you need to buy this for me. She's like, Tom, maybe you can combine your birthday and Christmas, and we can,
for
work.
the next 8 years.
Yeah, we can finance it or something.
Yeah.
And
Did
I
you
was
get
like,
it?
You
Fuck
financed
yeah, I
the
got
mini
it.
bike?
No.
Hell yeah, I got it.
That day.
Yeah. I was like, Mom, you better drain out your bank account and buy this for me.
That's
And,
devastating.
No, it was very sad. I
Yeah,
was a piece
she was
of
probably
shit.
guilty about something. She's like, I gotta buy this guy
Right.
this Pep
Yeah,
Boy.
yeah. It was probably the whole childhood thing.
did you ride it around a lot?
Yeah, until we broke it about 3 weeks later. Fucking crashed it.
Broke the Transmogrifier.
Yeah.
Come on, that was too much. You were doing so well. You're doing so
I'm
well.
sorry. I'm trying to put a button on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Go
I
ahead.
think this is great.
Hey,
This was awesome. I
we
had
did it
fun.
again.
We did
Any
it again.
closing thoughts,
We've-
Tom?
Of 5 or 6 episodes, we've had 2 good ones, and that's been pretty good.
No, I think we have 3 now. I think we're on the
Good.
up. I think we're on the upswing.
We're on the upswing.
I think we were 2 and 2. Now we have 3 and 2.
We
We're
started.
above 500.
It was a rocky start, but now we've transmogrified into a real
Nice.
podcast.
Hard.
Like one of
Closing thoughts, Tom.
Stay gay.
Tyler?
I think that's a new segment. Is we got what's the gayest experience in the last week that you?
I
had?
like that. We'll add that
Oh,
too.
that's good. That's good.
We're just it's all segments now.
Yeah, I like the segment.
Me too.
It keeps it structured.
New segment.
Yeah, we need a structure.
Gayest thing in the last week. Look at what he got.
Guys, thanks for listening, and we'll be here next week. Stay transmogrified and
Stay transmogrified.
you-
Stay gay. Stay black. Everybody, just stay what you're
Stay.
doing.
Stay what
All
you're
right,
doing. Keep
stay.
doing what you're doing.
Stay. All right.
So, God bless you.
God bless you.